Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Keyshawn Davis is a high flyer. There's no secret about that when it comes to him at the 135-pound division. But this is something that Dennis Berenchyk isn't worried about. He feels Keyshawn Davis lacks experience as a pro. He feels when he gets in the ring, his opponents have basically just been punching bags for him, in particular in his recent fight against Lemos. Berenchyk says he's not going to be a punching bag, and he sees a lot of holes in Keyshawn Davis's fight game that he's not going to share with the public, but he's going to show us this weekend when he faces him off in his first title defense. He plans on clipping Keyshawn Davis. Now, I've seen some people say that they think that Berenchyk is just a pushover and he won't be able to compete with Keyshawn. I say to that, if you're going to slam a guy like Madrimov for having very few fights, getting in the ring with Terrence Crawford and feeling like he wouldn't stand a chance, and then all of a sudden he made that fight super competitive, right? How can you come now and say that Keyshawn Davis is going to be this monster when he has limited fights going up against somebody who has more fights than him? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you got to be fair across the board. Madrimov was a beast with his limited fights. Keyshawn Davis is a beast with his limited fights. But at the same time, he's facing that Ukrainian Dennis Berenchyk. And I do believe Berenchyk, like in his recent fight against Navarrete where he became champion, he was an underdog. And he used that to his advantage and to motivate him. And he got the win. When he faces Keyshawn Davis, I'm telling you, man, it's a different type of drive these Ukrainians have. Keyshawn Davis may think he's going to get in there and just steamroll him. I don't think so. I think he's going to be competitive. And if Keyshawn Davis does get in there and steamroll and tranquilize him, you better believe Berenchyk is going to be fighting tooth and nail until the finish. The dude will fight to the death. And one thing about Keyshawn Davis, if he's getting off on you, he will beat you to death. But I just think people need to give Berenchyk more credit and understand what Keyshawn Davis is really going up against. Like, this is, no kidding, a real test for Keyshawn Davis. And if he can clip Berenchyk and do it inside 3 rounds like he did Lemos, then I'm telling you, man, you got to put some respect on Keyshawn's name and stop downplaying these fighters that have 10, 11 fights. You got to understand, Keyshawn Davis could have like 25 fights. He broke luck with the professional ranks to go back to the Olympics, and picked up a silver medalist. And don't at all sleep on Berenchyk and him being the silver medalist and his motivation and desire to stay champion, not just for himself, for his family, but for Ukraine.